The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by the host, guests, and callers on The Real Deal are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. The Real Deal is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. The Real Deal is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2017. All rights are reserved.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Real Deal presented to you by ILTV Studios. I'm Ortland H. Bodie Jr., His Excellency from the Kingdom of God, and all of those other good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, this is another wonderful day that the Lord has made, the second day of November in the year of our Lord 2017. We want to congratulate Mr. Palacios, who was successful at cracking the code at level 2. The code has now been reset. We're back at the $250,000. You want to hear the details. And ladies and gentlemen, we encourage you to wager, but wager and do so responsibly. We are doing what no other web organizations are doing or wish to do here in this country. We are offering you an opportunity to crack the code at level 1, and you can win $250,000. And ladies and gentlemen, money always comes in good use. You crack the code, you can use the money to purchase a piece of property, you can put it aside in an annuity, you can pay for your children's college education. You can make a sizable donation to the church of your choice. And talking about churches, ladies and gentlemen, Life Changes Ministries International. We are currently renovating our 3rd floor at the church on Bacardi Road, hopefully soon to be known as Life Changes Boulevard. Apostle Valentino Williams is our beloved senior pastor and founder. We need some money. Now, the Lord has allowed us to do what we have done so far without some of you people contributing. But if you wish to add to the ministry, if you wish to sow a seed as we seek to rescue our young people with our youth ministry, the 3rd floor will be completely used for the youth ministry. Will be everything up there. You're invited to call the church's office, and perhaps the apostle will give you a tour or some other designated officer. But come on, man, throw a blow. Write a check for $1,000. Write a check for $500. Or just send some cash down to the church. You can't get down there and you want me to collect a check from you, made payable to Life Changes Ministries International, call me at 423-0418. I will be happy to pick up the check. I've asked some of the web shop them people to assist, but they say I must stop begging them. But some of you web operators, if you're watching me this morning, you have a deep heart, you have a compassion, you want to cut a little check for Life Changes Ministries International, I will stop by all of y'all later on today and see what happens. And my brother up there, up the road, you know who I'm talking to. But I want to say a special good morning to Mr. Dirk Simons, who is our Chief Compliance Officer, and the other persons in the Human Resources Department at Island Luck and Ultra Games for successfully hosting our 2nd annual job fair, which was held last week, Friday, at the Kendall G.L. Isaacs Gymnasium. We had an overwhelming large crowd of applicants, over 1,000 odd. But ladies and gentlemen, the economy is challenged. But if you're qualified to work, you should not have a major problem in securing a job. I believe what we need to do more often in this country is have more job fairs among the different industries, as opposed to just Island Luck and Ultra Games always doing something good for the people then. But congratulations again to Island Luck and Ultra Games for coming up with this promotion called Crack the Code 2.0. And it's now back at level 1, where the first prize is $250,000. Of course, we have lower amounts. As you crack with the code, we can go down to $50,000, then we go down to $5,000, and we go down to $500. But everybody has an equal opportunity to win with cracking the code 2.0. But if you are going to wager, please, ladies and gentlemen, do so and do so responsibly. We're going to go to a short commercial break. We will be right back in your company.
The Real Deal with Ortland H. Bodie Jr. will be back right after this. This is The Real Deal with Ortland H. Bodie Jr. All courtesy of BTC.
Welcome back to The Real Deal, ladies and gentlemen. We are sponsored by BTC, I believe. And We apologize to BTC for not having their cup on the table, or the desk as they call it. But I'm Arthur H. Bodie Jr., His Excellency of the Kingdom of God, despite what you all infidels want to say or think about what I just said. Too bad, too sad. Now, BTC, they have a double data plan. You can double your data with BTC Mobile. When you sign up for $25 or $35 data package, you can enjoy double your data, compliments of BTC. The bigger, the better network. All you need to do is, You dial star 205 / and you experience limitless data. And when you're part of the BTC family, ladies and gentlemen, you can't go wrong because the possibilities are limitless. And talking about limitless, I want to let you people know out there who are in lack, who are in want, who are in need of something or whatever it is that you need or you say you want or you lack. Understand clearly that the politicians, the talk show hosts, the pundits, the family, friends, and lovers, they are not going to be able to supply your needs and your wants the way you want it, and perhaps in the quantity that you might want it to occur. You have to go to the source, ladies and gentlemen, and the source is, by whatever name you want to call God, God. Okay? You think this smartphone created itself? No. Someone conceptualized this in their imagination initially, did a couple of sketches, I guess, and if they themselves are not technically some kind of highfalutin mathematician type person, they would have consulted a technical institution or staff. And they would then design the prototype, and eventually they get the kinks out of it, then they go to mass production. And, of course, it is then marketed to the consumers who always want something. And, ladies and gentlemen, these devices are dangerous, Even the Internet. The other morning, as always, I normally get up about 4:30, 5 o'clock. I go to bed early, so I get up very early. I prepare myself for the day. I do my supplications to the Lord. I prepare myself spiritually to meet a bunch of ungrateful Negroes and Caucasians throughout the course of the day. Persons who are going to try to bamboozle, who are going to try to rip you off, and who are going to try to do all kind of good stuff to you, and some bad stuff too. And about 6:30, or around 6:30, I would then go onto the Internet to check my emails and the Facebook page. So I had to Google something the other day, the other morning. I forgot what it was, but accidentally, I guess, the screen went on to something with some pornography. I mean, it featured women in just posing like, if you fellas remember Penthouse and Playboy, posing little nude stuff. And some were clean shaven, and some were like the jungles of Tanzania, hairy or what? No, a lot of. Anyhow, I mean, and I said to myself, what happens if people have children at home, not necessarily computer savvy, but they go into these sites? Now, I understand you can filter these things out, but me who have been computer literate for quite some time, I never even dreamt that I would want to go onto a pornographic site. But there it was, big as Billy. And anyhow, it is what it is. So you go to the source. The source is God. You want a job, and you all should have gone out to Island Luck second annual job fair the other day. But I understand you can still submit your applications by email, electronic mail. Look in the phone book, you can get the email site, or probably just check on the islandluck.com or ultragames.com. I understand we now back, where we at now, Francis? Back to level 1? We now back to $250,000. We understand that someone cracked the code recently. Hey, Mr. Palacios. Mr. Palacios, we congratulate you, sir. And, I don't hustle because people say I always hustling. But listen, man, if you want to bring a little something like that, $50,000, Mr. Palacios, have a manager's check cut out the Unity House or Pat Moxie Senior Citizens Home or Good Samaritan or the Persis Rogers Home for the Aged or the Children's Emergency Hostel. The Lord has blessed you in cracking the code. Remember those who are unable to crack the code or those who have no code to crack. Some people only can crack the nuts. Francis, what you cracking this weekend? Code or cracking your nuts too? Don't let him break off. Okay. Now, the F&M administration, which I, of course, I still got them out on a wicket. I still am holding my eventual judgment. But yesterday, for the first time in many months, I decided to go down to the Parliament, to the House of Confusion. No, it's called the House of Assembly officially. The Honorable House of Assembly. And when I got there, of course, the contribution was being made by Ms. Keisha Parker out of West End, Grand Bahama, and Bimini. I know she's a journalist, trained journalist, but man, listen, that young lady can speak, and she can speak eloquently. I didn't like how she was crying in Parliament the other day for those people down there in Dominica, and wasn't crying for them Bahamian people who still say they ain't getting no hurricane relief yet after several years of waiting. And the F&M has been in power now. Next week will make 6 months. People say 6 months is too soon, but that ain't no true. Because, ladies and gentlemen, when some of you all people hook up with your wives and your husband, big honeymoon, dancing all over the place. I'm talking about dancing, that knuckleheaded national chairman of the PLP, Fred Mitchell, knuckleheaded politically. Had the Chinese coconuts or the Chinese marshmallows to say or suggest that because Dr. Minnis and others in the F&M administration were dancing the night away over at Atlantis for the installation banquet for some stalwart councillors. What's wrong with dancing at a banquet? Now, we all know Fred Mitchell can't dance. I hear he can sing like a canary, especially when he's in the shower. That's what they say. But I wouldn't want to be around no shower while the national chairman of the PLP is singing in his best Michael Jackson falsetto voice. Can you sing, Francis? Francis can't sing. But I want to say to my special homie, my homeboy, up in Nassau Village. What is your name again? Powerhouse. Boy, listen here. I don't know if you all people like, getting back to my topic in a minute, I don't know if you all people like dancehall music. But if you want some good dancehall CDs, the only place to go for the original is up the Powerhouse in Nassau Village. And now listen, you all can imagine me when I'm in my car alone, or certainly when I'm hanging up around y'all on TV. Boy, that's right there bopping. Oh, y'all know I could dance too, eh? All PLPs could dance. But Minnis could dance too, and Minnis did a good thing by going out there to dance. And I also compliment the Prime Minister going down to the marketplace up in Lukaya and the bazaar and the straw market. You see, the government might be financially constrained. They may can't spend no money yet. But just to go into the midst of the people and to hug them up and say a little word or two in there and empathize with them, that's a good thing that the Prime Minister did. Now, when people do good, I give them credit. I ain't never see Christy them around those. I see Brave Davis a couple of times downtown. But I ain't never see Christy or Brave or none of them down in those straw market in Grand Bahama, or much less Obie Wilscombe. And you know that has been a blighted area economically for years now. But at least Minnis went. Now, Minnis mightn't do nothing, but at least he went. And I understand our defense force boat just reached down in Dominica yesterday. Boat been sailing must be 3 weeks. Boy, Dominica must be kind of far from here, but I need the boat reach. I hope we could boat get back. But Minnis was dancing, so what? Christy danced around the country for 5 years. And Christy dances straight to economic hell. Okay? Hell for most of you people. Well, thank God the Lord has always provided good for me. Good. But listen, I still want $1,000 this week. I have promised to assist Unity House with their electrical bill. I sent one long email to one bald-headed big timer. The bald-headed man ain't answer me yet. Another one who get a little low haircut and always smiling like Smiley. Tell me don't fool with him no more. So he tired of me sending begging. Mother sick. People them say they tired of me begging. But ladies and gentlemen, it's not a matter of begging, you know. It's a matter of demanding. And I declaring it. Let's take a call quickly. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Mr. Bodie. How you doing?
Me? I always good.
You look sharp this morning.
You should see me when I was getting showered this morning.
Mr. Bodie wife did a good job of putting a suit together, I must say.
That's why I married a woman. You ain't crazy, eh?
No, she ought to be a good woman. You have a good woman.
I tell you that, boy. The other day she gave me a surprise. I was shocked. I didn't know she was like that. What you saying this
And
morning?
they say you learn something new. You don't know. You don't always know everything about somebody. You know, you learn something new every day.
Well, I sure learned that was a good lesson, boy. I won't go back to school again.
You was trouble,
Yeah.
Mr. Bodie. What is going on with
But cat got your tongue?
Yeah, I
Every time you talk to me, you get nervous, man. What happened with you?
I'm nervous, Mr. Bodie. Okay, let me see if I can be tracked right now. The bill yesterday.
I bet if I lay hands on you now, you'll see the Holy Ghost. What you say?
That you listen the time when
go ahead,
you
go
heard you say you went in yesterday when Pakisha Parker was speaking about the bill. What do you think about the bill?
Well, let me
So
put
far.
it to you like this. All of the bills that the FNM are proposing are good bills. But those bills in and of themselves, corruption and anti-corruption, all that kind of stuff, they ain't gonna do a damn thing to jumpstart the economy, you know.
No.
What I want to hear is the liberalization of Crown land for commercial and residential purposes, especially here in New Providence. What I want to hear about is the government, I shouldn't say ordering, but yeah, ordering these commercial banks to increase the rate on savings. If you only getting 1% on your $2,000, $4,000 in the bank, ain't no point in putting that in no bank.
I listened to you yesterday when you was telling the young man about the place in
Kalina has a savings plan.
in the Guardian.
Yeah, and I'm not promoting no Kalina, but I believe that Bahamians need to save more of their money.
I agree with you.
You might say, but things stuff you can't do that. Look here, man. You take out your 10% for God. You take out 25% for you. That's your savings. And the other 60%, live on that.
Yeah,
Cut down on the expenses. Stop sweethearting and I need one phone card. Send me some phone time.
I'll do that.
You promise me?
Yeah, I'll do that for you, Mr. Bodie. But then I realized Bahamians don't know how to save. That is so sad.
No, they
spend
know.
their
They
money
see.
on frivolous
No,
stuff and
no,
things
we are
that-
like that. We do know how to say it, but listen, you'll see people go in ASUS almost every day.
Or they sit down spinning.
Well,
They spinning their rent money or their mortgage
now
money.
listen,
That's stupid.
I don't wait for no Island Luck and no Ultra Games and no web shop, not directly.
Mhm.
But I believe in a little wagering responsibly.
Right.
Now
That's what I'm
I ain't
talking
gonna
about.
sit up in nobody web shop all day, 2, 3, 4 hours spinning. I got better things to do with my time.
Yeah, but I feel if the priorities is already sorted out, then you could take whatever little change you have on the side, and you could do whatever you want to do with that. That makes sense.
And you want me to tell you
As opposed
something?
dipping
Let me
into-
tell you something. Normally I would tie religiously. Normally. I'm only telling you this. I must get a special feel for you. I don't know who the hell you are. And I don't talk my business, but you just bring out something with me. So, Sunday past I went to church, but for some reason I had left my wallet. I don't normally leave my wallet behind. I don't want my wife looking in it. So, I only had $7 when I got to church. Life Changes Ministry. I said, man, I can't put this $7 to no thing. But I put it in an envelope anyhow. I put my name on it, obviously. I put it in Psalm 23 in the Bible, between the pages. And when a man say, okay, lift up your tithe or your envelope or whatever, and we can bless it. I lift up my Bible in the envelope, nobody know only $7 in it. And you know something, my dear? Monday morning, somebody brought me, for something I did now, they don't just give me money. Somebody brought me $700.
Wow.
For putting in $7 in the collection, the Lord blessed me a 700 fold.
It pays to be obedient to God.
I telling you. So
Yeah.
y'all people out there who don't want to tie and give God nothing because y'all say God ain't need nothing. Well, y'all ain't never get nothing from God. Nothing,
Bodie,
nothing
even
extra.
if it's $2, I tie out of that.
Man, you guys, that's an offering. Not tie. What happened to you?
Yeah, but I just
bet if your
feel-
sweetheart or your boyfriend or your husband tell you right
no, I
now,
don't keep those things. Sweetheart, no.
you got one man though.
It's complicated, but
Yeah, right. Anyhow, you got one Joe. Now, if Joe called you now and say, honey, I need one $200 urgently. If you ain't got that home to your place, you go and run down to the bank and there you get a little something in the bank. You go get that for him, right? Say what?
you have a great day, Mr. Woody.
Bye. Sound like you ain't going to get nothing for him. Well, that's the best y'all been woman right now. Okay, boy, Francis, I can tell you all my life I never was blessed to have a woman who just give me whatever I say economically. No, a lie. I had one many years ago. This lady was a European. And if I say, look, I need 500, I need 1,000, I need 10,000, and that woman will say, how you want it? You want it in francs or you want it in pounds sterling? But this Bahamian woman, the last time one of them give me something, she said, look, when you get paid, I want my money back. I said, but it's only $150. He said, look, I want my $150 back. Well, I gave her 100 back. I keep the other 50. But what's on your mind this morning? The Mitchell say the Prime Minister shouldn't be staying dancing, number one. Bimini World Resort lay off 150 persons. Okay. Now, where is the Director of Labor, Mr. Farquharson, and all of this? Mr. Farquharson's still there, you know. I didn't know. I wonder, well, he must be on contract, eh? Because normally when a government changes, and you know Mr. Farquharson and Shane Gibson, the former Minister of Labor, were dead tight, former trade unionist colleague, and, or you think Farquharson switch? Anyhow, I ain't getting that. Now, the Honorable Minister of Finance had to eat humble crow, or humble pie, whatever you call it, or to eat crow egg. I wonder how crow tastes. Anyhow, the Honorable Senator Leon folks, I spoke to him the other day. He promised he'd be on this show sometime during this month. We're going to see, because I want to ask him a couple of good questions, especially about that low rate on those bank rates, dead low, and those high rates when you borrow or when you have a mortgage or when you don't pay a credit card on time. I don't understand this. You don't pay your regular credit card payment. When you do get your statement, you pay almost 50%. Phone call. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Arden H. Bodie.
Good morning.
You know what I called you to ask you about?
No.
I was paying this credit card, right? And when I was working, but I'm not working anymore.
Okay.
Now, they had me to court one time for it. That's about 3 years ago. So I still just pay my little $30, $40, $50 a month, or maybe I may skip out a month. And a lady called me. Police called me a couple of days ago. Say they have a warrant.
A warrant?
So I said, for what? And I am trying to pay every month or every other month what I can do. So I asked
okay,
her.
I want you to do me a favor. I have to go to a short commercial break. If you can stay on the line, stay on the line.
Yeah, I can stay on the line.
Okay, I'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, you see, these banks are ripping off black people and white people in this country, but especially the black ones, because you black people like to borrow the bank money too much. But you can call us at 323-7775, our toll-free number, 300-0045. We'll be right back after a short break.
The Real Deal with Ortland H. Bodie Jr. will be back right after this. All courtesy of BTC.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ortland H. Bodie Jr.
Reach out to The Real Deal. Toll free from anywhere in the Bahamas at 242-300-0045. You can always reach us at 323-7775 or text us at 477-1333. Courtesy of BTC.
Hello? Okay, madam, if you can call me back. The lady was talking about the credit card. I'd appreciate that. Okay, hello? Hello? Good morning. Okay, if she comes back, put it on for me.
I'm on.
Okay, good morning again, yes.
Good morning, and as I was saying, I was at the court about 3 years ago.
Right.
And I trying to pay the best I can.
Right.
I am a pensioner. I am 65.
Okay.
And a police called me at least last week. So I told him, said, I cannot come with that because I have a spine problem.
Right.
So he said, okay, then he will tell the judge about the warrant and cancel it. So I asked her why I am still have to pay all of that, what I owe. So I asked her what I am paying for. Say, I still paying for the legal fee. Legal
fees and probably interest. Well, you see, I can't really advise you. I don't have the papers before me, and I can't give you advice in a vacuum. But there's a warrant for your arrest.
Yeah, but he do it for me.
Okay, it was canceled.
Yeah.
So when are you going back to court?
No, I'm not going to court. He said he's going to talk with the judge.
Yeah, but no, they can't talk to nobody to cancel no judgment. If there's a judgment against you on behalf of the credit card company, police officer could cancel no judgment. He could ask the judge to cancel the warrant for your arrest, which they probably did.
It's that, yes.
But the judgment is still there.
Yes.
And if you don't address the issue of the judgment, the credit card company coming back after you with another judgment summons.
Yes.
And then you have to go to court, and if you don't go, a warrant will be issued again. And this time around, I'm sure they're coming for you. They'll fly a car to pick you up.
Okay then.
And they're coming for you on a Friday.
Okay, on a Friday.
Take good care of yourself.
Okay, bye.
Okay, no, ladies and gentlemen, if you do owe a debt to the court, if there's a judgment against you in the court or a judgment summons, because of the slackness of the system, they don't have no bailiffs as such. And that's another growth industry that Menace and those need, and Kyle Bettel and all them need to check out, We have any number of retired police officers who are still fairly energetic, who could be hired on a freelance basis to work as designated bailiffs. How about we get them a uniform? I don't want no people to know blue jean or no police officer mowing licensees, no bailiff. No. Hire 12 or so people right here in New Providence, probably 6 in Freeport for Grand Bahama. And every every judgment summons that they execute, because they can't lock up nobody. Bailiff can't lock you up except you're a police officer. But no, they could be mandated to be district constable, so they'll have power of arrest. And it's a win-win situation. So all of these no good, lousy, Bahamian men who have maintenance orders against them for their children, which they did the dirt for, and they owe big arrears. And because they know a police officer who was mandated to execute a warrant or whatever, the police officer take a little bribe and don't tell the magistrate you can't find a particular person when the man living right around the corner from where he living. There's a lot of bribery and lying and corruption in the system. We need to eliminate that, Dr. Menace. Then we'll increase the court revenue. That's number one. We will increase the payment to these mothers, these struggling mothers. And it's really distressed me when I go out in the mornings, as I usually do early, to take a morning run, whatever. And you see these younger looking mothers with 3 and 4 little children, one in the arm, one holding on the sweater or the skirt, and the next one walking with the school bag. I mean, I see this kind of nonsense every day. Where the daddy see these children? The daddy have the mothers them walking in the draft in the morning with the train going to the bus stop. Where the daddies? And you all dumb woman. Yeah, some of y'all are so dumb. All you all want is man. You don't care what kind of man you get. Most of y'all want lousy men, though. You want bad boys who say, it's this, it's that. Might be good in bed, like some people I know, but he don't have no money to take care of you like some people I know. So you're getting sex up to death, getting plenty of little nappy churn all over the place. When it's time to pay the bills, you can't find a man. Boy, oh boy. Anyhow, I again fault Dr. Menace for cussing out the Penland administration back in the day, because Dr. Menace must understand the culture back in that day. It had absolutely nothing to do with the PLP per se. The whole Bahamian nation was vulnerable to the narco dollars, okay? It wasn't nothing, no unnatural phenomenon, because never forget, back in the bootlegging days in the 30s and 40s, that's how Branson the daddy make up all the money, Pop some of it. Pop some of it, smuggle more liquor into America, which was under the Prohibition days. So the money may have been laundered now, where it is now part of the Bahamian economy, because, they own the Commonwealth Bank too. And good morning to all my friends at Commonwealth Bank. In fact, Brent Simonet's family is the biggest shareholder next to Rupert Roberts, my good friend of Super Value and Quality Market, in Commonwealth Bank. I know the Butler family, them Franklin Butler and all them people, them, and Craig Butler and the rest of them, they all get some big shares. Yeah, Craig Butler gets shares in Commonwealth Bank and wouldn't pay that man that money would he carry from the insurance company. Every month that God sent, or every dividend, I should do? I should tell that young man, let me assist him with preparing some legal documents against Attorney Craig Butler, which I can do. I can't sign them. And let's put an injunction on Commonwealth Bank to stop Commonwealth Bank from paying Craig Butler his dividends until Craig Butler satisfy. Well, no, we ain't got no judgment against Craig Butler yet. But I should advise him how to get a judgment against Craig Butler. Then we seize Craig Butler's assets, including the 2017 Ford, is it a Charger or a Mustang? Whatever, it's one of them super cars, when you press the gas, you and you can imagine Craig Butler riding around in that car and the one-leg man ain't getting money. Well, this nigga saying got no conscience. I mean, no conscience. I met one ex-halfway lawyer the other day. Yeah, he's a halfway lawyer just like me. Live over Paradise Island. It's owned by Brave Davis Operations Center. I know what he was doing up there. But me, I went for instructions. Yeah, I'm a PLP. And Brave did, he mumbled something to me. I hear what Brave say, yeah, because I was just passing through. And, oh boy. I really got to send Brave a memo, But one thing I like about Brave, he's a solid person. He can't talk. But he's a solid man. He knows how to organize. And only one thing Brave short of is cash. Now, some people say Brave is a rich man, but I don't think so. I think Brave gets small change. And Brave had a good friend one time, but that good friend looked like he gone in seclusion over at Atlantis. You don't see nothing there. Every time you hear about him, he playing golf nowadays. I wonder who he is. Okay, we have the unemployment situation at Bimini World Resort. We have the layoffs at the Ministry of Tourism. Now, let me tell you, I fully support the Ministry of Tourism laying off people who were only recently hired and people who were under dubious contracts and persons who were pensioners and had been re-engaged. I don't believe in hiring no pensioners in a job where you can find a younger person who is ready, able, and willing to work. Now, if there's a pensioner who needs to come in as a substitute teacher, for instance. But even that's a risky job to take as a pensioner because Jeff Lloyd in the Ministry of Education and the Jerome Fitzgerald, they ain't paying people on time. They wasting millions of dollars on wolf fraud on property which is not owned by the people them. But they can't find the money to pay the teachers. Mother sick. And Jeff Lloyd said he ain't know how much they owe them, but he sure Belinda Wilson don't know either. Now how the hell Jeff Lloyd know what Belinda Wilson know? And see, that's what I don't like about Jeff, He's always so sanctimonious. I'm a Christian and I don't just walk the talk. Well, you see, since Minister gone down to the Haitian church and Frankie Campbell, a half Haitian member of parliament, because he says he's half Haitian, you mean? We don't even hear nothing about them talking about no Haitian them no more. Minister gone dead quiet. But ladies and gentlemen, you need to regularize the immigration system in this country. And you need to have it done in a transparent manner. You need to stop the system where you could pay immigration officers, I understand, a little couple of dollars to get papers for you. Yeah, I mean, well, thank God you can't go down to the passport office no more to buy no passport like you could have done possibly before. You can't do it now. Because that chief passport officer, that man don't play. And if you come up around there talking about bribery, and there's a big sign in the passport office too. Say, look here. It is an offense punishable by law to offer an inducement to any employee of the passport office. A big sign up on the wall. So don't go up around and people place talking about, I need my passport tomorrow, I can give you some lunch. Nope. You need your passport tomorrow. You speak to a passport officer. You explain the urgency backed up by documentation. You can have your passport in a matter of hours after you pay a special fee into the cash register. And with this new chief passport officer, as the one before him, Franklin Dames, they are no-nonsense people, former members of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. They don't tolerate nonsense, and they don't tolerate corruption. Now, what I really want to know, though, my primary concern today and tomorrow, is this. The ease of doing business in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I see where we're going from one figure. What we going from? He must be 100 and something. We going down to 100. We going down by 1 point or something. And the government them and the Chamber of Commerce people saying, boy, what a good thing. Now, if you're up there in 100 and something, you almost in the middle ranking. And all you all who are entrepreneurs or who want to become entrepreneurs understand clearly how difficult it is to get a business license. Because the form get must be about 1,000,000 questions. When your mother died, when your mom was born, what's your cat name, your dog name, how much wife you got, how much sweethearts you got. It is too invasive. I mean, a form for an application for a business license or a trade name shouldn't be more than 1 page. Your name, your address, your electronic platforms, the mission statement for your business, the trade name you want to use, and that's it. The name of your bank if they want that. You don't have to give them the account number unless they require that for inland revenue purposes. You put all of that on that form, right? And you submit the form electronically or you take it in by hand. You wait for it, the people go through it, bam, they stamp it, you pay the fee, and you go carry on your way. But you have to wait 2, 3, 4 weeks for these things to be processed. Just like with the company name. Now the incorporated company, one time you go up to the registry and pay the actual money. Now you have to pay by debit card. So if you ain't got no debit card, my dear brothers and sisters, you got to go open an account. Then when you go to the account, you got to carry all your documents to the bank. You got to say, know your customers' requirements, your passport, your voter's card, your this, your that, the whole 9 yards. And that ain't easy for some people because some people ain't got no passport. And some people get voter's card, but they fraudulent voter's card that were procured just before the last election. Anyhow, what do you think about doing business? You think it's an easy thing? And talking about doing business here in the Bahamas, I had a gentleman on, Jonathan Brown, yesterday, the Count Salad man. Well, Jonathan Brown, I hope you'll call me and tell me when I can access my 2 Count Salads that I requested. Now, Jonathan, if you don't come through, there's a Count Salad man at in the area just west of Sugar Kid Bow on Soldier Road. I will go there later on today, and I'll buy my Count Salad from him. Now, what do you think about the ease of doing business? That's the question. Another point that I would really like to push out here, but I say in the Tribune business section, something going on, I ain't going to deal with that. That's beyond my pay grade. Say, Dr. Sands, I spoke to Dr. Dwayne Sands at Parliament yesterday, and Dr. Sands assures me that he will appear on the program sometime next week. He will be appearing on The Real Deal next week. Dr. Sands and I had a little beef, but we have reconciled, and that is what being a mature Bahamian is all about. You have aught against your brother or sister, you tell it to them straight up. And they have aught against you, they respond to you straight up. Once you have both heard both sides, you can then reconcile and come to a middle ground. Dr. Sands is now my homeboy again. And for the good people up in Elizabeth, I fully, again, endorse and recommend Dr. Dwayne Sands as your member of Parliament. That's how I operate. Also, I was privileged and honored yesterday to have been approached in the upper chamber by the Honorable, and he is Honorable again, Ellsworth Johnson, the brilliant member of Parliament for Yamoussoukro. I had a customer too a couple of weeks back, and you see, ladies and gentlemen, if you do something that is contrary to what you and I would have agreed upon, I can tell you about it. And I can cuss you. I almost got to say one word. I can cuss you about it. And then you respond, and you cuss me too, because, man, he tell me some stinking stuff himself. That's why I get some emails from him. If I release them into the public domain, you always say, boy, I didn't know else was like that. Anyhow, he's a man, Brother Buddy. Very humble, hold out both of his hands shook, man. Say, man, listen, if I've offended you in anything, this before everybody in Parliament, I am sorry. And he was crying and I was crying. Because for a tall fella like him, ex-police officer, and a short, bald-headed man like me, they be holding hands in the House of Assembly area where half of them people looking at us. And he sniffling and I sniffling. And he said, man, Brother Bodie, if I have done something to offend you, please forgive me. Ellsworth Johnson, you're a real man. The past acrimonious insults that we traded, that's behind us, Ellsworth. I got your back covered. You have my full support again. And that's what it's all about. But one infidel, ladies and gentlemen, who I will continue to cuss until the cows jump over the moon, is that lying, not so honorable Member of Parliament for Tall Pines, Mr. Donald Lyon Sanders, politically speaking. And yesterday he saw me in Parliament too. And boy, look here, he ever was kind of a little screw up and a little ugly. But yesterday he got more screwed up and he got about 40 degrees uglier. And he walked straight past me. And I believe if he thought he could have beat me physically, he would have probably throw and blow my way. But not elsewhere, but Donald Lyon Sanders, the member of Parliament for Tall Pines, didn't dare lift his hand or look me directly in the eye. He was too ashamed because he knew if he had say one word to me and yuck up my vexation, the orderly at the House of Assembly would have to throw me downstairs. One big sergeant fellow, you know. And in fact, when I went upstairs, the sergeant back on the side and gave me a low bow. Say, Mr. Bodie, I expected you to have been in the chamber by now as a member of Parliament. Well, I say, carry on, officer. When I come into my kingdom, I'm going to make sure that you are elevated to acting superintendent. He said, that's true. He said, ask P.K. Barnaby Jr. Who? The police outside? They here? Yeah, when a man say BDC, I don't know, we connected already. You know, anyhow, they have to just give me a minute or two because I guess they can, either they late or they early, one of the two. But BDC, just hang on a second for me. But we are going to be, I believe, that's Alphonique Duncombe came. Listen, if Alphonique Duncombe out there, anyhow, we'll see. But that's all right. We'll deal with them in a minute. If Alphonique Duncombe did not come, I would be fired around here today because, man, I ain't checking with the rest of them. Listen, I don't care what kind of gift they got. The gift that I wanted for a couple of months is in the form, I know her boyfriend or fiance going to beat up this evening, Miss Alphonique Duncombe. If there was one sweetheart that I could have had in this lifetime, if I were not a married man, and I say this on national TV, Alphonique Duncombe, you're in trouble, would have been Miss Alphonique Duncombe. Not only is she a big honcho, so she could have taken care of me instead of me taking care of them, a big honcho at BTC. She is also an intellectual giantress in her own right. She is a motivational type person. But most importantly, and that's what motivates me when I look at women today, before I was just a little beauty, she seems to have a double dose, a triple dose, a quadruple dose of the Holy Spirit. And my brothers and sisters, that is so important. I don't care what none of y'all say. All the success that I've achieved in life so far, it came because of the Lord. All the success that Alphonique, I'm sure, would have achieved so far at a very, very little age. Boy, if I was dating Alphonique, they'd probably ask if that was my daughter I'm dating. Mother sick, I'm even get locked up. Say child abuse. Ha! I don't think so. I think she's over 18. But Dr. Dwayne Sands also spoke with me yesterday, and Dwayne Sands asked me to assure the Bahamian people that they're working hard at the Public Hospital Authority. They have some challenges. They have some monetary issues, but they are doing the best that they can. And he says that when he comes in next week, he will tell you about some of the exciting plans that his ministry has going forward. I also spoke to the Honorable Hank Johnson, Member of Parliament for the great constituency of Central Eleuthera. And I almost didn't recognize Hank Johnson. In fact, when Hank walked up to me, because all of them wanted to shake my hand for some reason. I don't know, they all were courting me at the Parliament yesterday. All of them. Oh, it's a boy. And I was saying something about Dionisio Diaguila, the Honorable Minister of Tourism. Everybody cussing out Dionisio because they've been laying off some people and this and that. Listen, we all know how politicians operate, especially coming towards elections. They hire their friends, their cronies, etc., etc., whether they're qualified or not. They hire them. That's wrong. It was wrong for Mr. Ingram to have done it. It was wrong for Mr. Christie to have done it. And they all did it under their administrations. It was wrong because you're using the taxpayers' money to gain a political advantage for yourself and your party. That's wrong. Now, you're half crazy. Well, no, he ain't crazy, but you got to be half crazy because we ain't had him announce no plan for Grand Bahama yet. The man is a chartered accountant, or so he say. Brilliant man, or so he say. Big-time businessman and entrepreneur, or so he say. 6 months down the line, which is next week, The FNM still talking about the hotel they trying to get open up. You know, the Prime Minister, before he started crying in Parliament for them people down south, was saying that he won't get the hotel open for the winter season. The winter season ain't started yet. Anyhow, he must be talking about next winter season. No, but I can safely say that the Honourable Minister of Tourism, whom I spoke to in detail yesterday. And ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in my life, you all know I've been going around the house of confusion religiously throughout my adult life. Religiously, because I like to see and actually see the facial expression and be able to confront these masters of the people when they actually speak. And you can watch it on television, BTC, Flow TV, etc. But it's nothing like seeing someone in the flesh. You can see when they're lying, or when they bull skating somebody, or when they know what the hell they're talking about. Anyhow, so when the House adjourned for lunch, the Honourable Minister of Tourism was sitting wherever he sit in the back of them. And I don't know how the hell he gets to sit way in the back. He has the most important ministry in the cabinet, more so than being Prime Minister, because tourism is the lifeblood of this country. And if we don't get ourselves out of the doldrums that we find ourselves in now, we might as well go continue barking at the moon, because there's no revenue coming into the country from tourism. Ain't nothing coming from the banking nowadays, because when these greedy banks collect their couple of dollars, not couple, their truckload of dollars on your Bahamian borrowers, they ship it, they repatriate the money straight back to Canada. They might leave a little something knocking around here, but apart from that bank they built recently on Carmichael Road under the Beneby administration, Royal Bank, you ain't seen no new other bank around here, no Canadian building, no bank. In fact, they downsizing. When they shutting one down in Grand Bahama, they shutting one down in Bimini. They shutting down all over the place. But the Honourable Minister of Tourism was sitting wherever he's sitting in the back there. He said, Ortland Bodie, say, come here. You know, he's talk, little bigly talk, you know. I say, you talking to me, Minister? I say, yeah, come here. I say, boy, you can't come on the floor of the House of Assembly. He said, look here, man. And they say, come here. I say, oh, Christ. So the first time in my life, I walked onto the House of Assembly floor and went and sat next to the minister in the back bench right behind where the Prime Minister sit. And ladies and gentlemen, the Holy Spirit hit me when I did that. Now, the house was empty. The speaker already left. But I had to get up and I say, may it please the Honorable Speaker, I rise on behalf of the good people of Bain and Grantstown prematurely. I say, I won't be rising for them until 2022. But I rise now as a declaration and proclamation. Lord God of mercy. And so I heard the voice of the speaker, and I must have was hallucinating, said, and what motion you want to bring this morning, Honourable Member? I said, may it please the Speaker, sir, I wish to move a resolution that immediately the government of the day, which will be led by the Honourable Philip Brave Davis, so they say, move to implement the policy that was discussed by Dr. Minnis in the middle of the night about making Bain and Grantstown a green space and the installation of Wi-Fi in Bain and Grantstown. Well, I am talking no Wi-Fi for Bain and Grantstown now for a little while. And the people in Bain and Grantstown said they can't see Travis, what do you name again? Travis Robinson something. So they can't find Robinson in Bain and Grantstown. They can't find the Prime Minister. They can't find nobody. Well, Nottage, of course, Dr. Nottage, my good friend, has gone on to his eternal reward. We wish his soul to rest in peace. But the Lord has dropped on to me, Mr. Speaker, sir, and we want green space in short order. So the Prime Minister got up immediately. Prime Minister Brave Davis, you think I'm hallucinating for real, or that's because I can't wait to see Alphonique? And I said, Prime Minister Davis, sir, you made a commitment that this government will be different from that failure of administration led by our former colleague, the lousiest Prime Minister this country has ever seen. Lord God of mercy on his soul. But I saw him at a convention, and not being Prime Minister is taking a heavy toll upon that gentleman. I really wish you'd just take us to battle. Probably, you still got a house up in Atlanta, Francis, or you don't know? Okay, he need to just take a break, get out of the system for a while and take care of himself. Don't be like some of these MPs when they lose power, it go to the head, so they go up to Sandlands or down to Freeport. But I'm Ortland H. Bodie Jr. We're going to be talking with some people from BTC in short order, and I don't know how long they're going to stay. They probably only stay a couple of minutes, but it's always a pleasure to host Ms. Duncombe, and she will be telling you some of their new products and services as they roll out. We're not going to ask about no union. We'll be right back.
The Real Deal with Ortland H. Bodie Jr. will be back right after this. All courtesy of BTC. This is The Real Deal with Ortland H. Bodie Jr. all courtesy of BTC.
For those of you who want to have some numbers here, we get BTC, and they get all the numbers available around here. They're the bigger, better network and have unlimited services and possibilities. This morning, I'm privileged to be meeting another of the beauty queen. I don't know how they got all these pretty ladies at BTC, because the couple of fellas I saw, they ain't look too good. Well, Dexter Carter ain't look too good either. He ain't look as good as me, but, you know, he a little red, so it carries him off. But we have a beautiful beauty queen from the Miss Universe department at BTC, because that's all they got up there, pretty ladies. Lakeisha Cooper, and I'm not being sexist, Miss Cooper, but I believe in giving people their props. You look good, you look good.
Thank you.
And if you don't think you look good, too, that's your problem. But, Miss Cooper, who are you and whence comest thou?
Well, my name again is Lakeisha Cooper. I'm manager of the device management, and I am happy to be here today to talk about the new Samsung Note 8 that we launched in our store last week, Friday.
Well, Miss Cooper, tell us all about it. That's your camera there. And we want that kind of volume in your voice where when you're rowing Mr. Cooper, you know, say, boy, look here, boy, my ma, tell me about you. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So for those of you who've been waiting on the new Samsung Note 8 to be launched in the Bahamas, BTC launched the device last week, Friday. And I know a lot of people have been waiting on the Note 8 to come in our stores, but the Note 8 is an awesome device. I myself am a Note user, so I couldn't wait to get the Note 8 in my hands. The good thing about the device, it's the largest device that Samsung has launched. It's a 6.3-inch display. So for those of you, especially those executives out there that do a lot of work from their cell phones, I always tell people, I always recommend this device. This is my personal device. The good thing about it too is that it has an awesome camera. For those persons who like to take selfies, and anyone who knows me, I love taking pics. It has an awesome 12-megapixel camera in the back. And it also has 12
wait a
megapixel.
minute, Miss Cooper, wait a minute.
Yes,
for the Bahamian people and those around the world, the millions who are watching by streaming, you telling us that you do those Kim Kardashian type poses in your bathroom taking selfies? You got a foot here, up here. You got to stop, you know. Let me see it. No, I won't see that. Yeah, go ahead. Tell us about his awesome device, big screen.
Listen, it has a big screen, has a wonderful it has a wonderful camera. So if you really like to take pictures and send them all out and post them on Facebook, this is the best camera in the market that Samsung has. So it has an awesome camera in the front. It has an awesome camera in the back, and it has
two cameras.
Yeah, it has two cameras.
The bigger the better.
The bigger the better.
Oh.
Like the network.
Oh.
So in terms of the camera is really...
Size doesn't always matter. It's how you use it, ladies and gentlemen. But go ahead.
In other things, but in the phone, size matters. Okay? Okay. All right. So the camera. But the awesome thing it does have, what makes it different, because people always ask us, what's the difference between this and the S8? The difference is that this has a pen. So you can actually write on. You can use it to write. All right, and that's a neat feature for those persons who like the Samsung Note 8. So this, for me, is a must-have.
But where are they located? Where they are available, not located?
These are available at any BTC location. If you go from Nassau to Nagua, all of our stores are carrying the Samsung Note 8. And guess what? The good thing about it is that in our stores, we offer layaway. So I know a lot of people getting sticker shock with the price of it because it is a premium device. And like I said to one of my friends, premium devices come with premium pricing. So it has a big price tag. But what we do offer in our stores, we offer a layaway program. So you can walk into any BTC location, put a third down, and you have 45 days to pay for the device. And
actually, that's a good marketing tool, you know, because it's roughly about 45 days before the holidays start.
It is.
1/3 layaway. And you can make regular payments
up to 45 days. Up to 45 days, and guess what? You can have this device under your Christmas tree.
So but I ain't planning on putting no device under no Christmas tree.
No, what you going to do with it?
I put it under the mattress. I put it under the bed then.
You can put it under the bed?
Yes.
Okay, I ain't get that one.
You ain't get that one?
Yes.
Okay. You want to tell us the price? I mean...
Okay, so this device is $1,063.
$1,063.
And 99 cents.
Well, that's affordable because, I mean, come on.
Listen, I'm proud to say, compared to what's happening in the U.S. market, BTC is on par. So for those customers who are thinking on going away and purchasing their device, it doesn't make sense.
It does
It
not.
doesn't make sense.
You purchase your device from you locally here, you give a guarantee on it.
We have a warranty. So you have a 6 months warranty. If anything goes with the device that's manufacturer's default, BTC will take care of it.
And there are technicians who are qualified locally and elsewhere, if necessary, to repair a device.
And if we can't repair it, and if it's in warranty and it's a manufacturer's default, we are obligated to make sure that you have a device that's working. So that's the good thing that we have behind our name. BTC brings you the best device. We partner directly with Samsung. They were on Island last week for our launch. And so we have a good relationship with Samsung. We're first to launch it in our market to the Bahamian public. And we know we like nice things. We know we like nice things. And this is the time of year that people are looking for, that device, that nice special something
special gift
to give to that special someone.
Or even, ladies and gentlemen, purchase one for yourself. You got to love yourself too sometimes. And some of you people buy device for your wife, your sweetheart, them, and whoever else, but you wouldn't buy nothing for yourself. Love yourself first. Then buy one for your wife or your daughter, your fiance, whoever.
Yep. But guess what? We have a lot of people, they buy in twos.
What?
They buy in twos.
Tools?
Twos. So you buy a black for you.
Oh.
And then for Mrs. Bodie, you can buy the gold.
That ain't a name. What's it say? Mrs. Bodie?
Well, yeah.
Oh.
You can buy the gold.
That's the name, eh?
Well, if it ain't a name, it's a person.
A who?
If it ain't a name, it's a person.
Plummy, man. Just say Plummy, all right?
Plummy?
Plummy could be anybody.
Okay.
Plummy could be the wife. Plummy could be...
Okay, I'll say Mrs. X.
I tell you what to say. Call him when you're off Mrs. X. Plummy watching this program, you know. So Plummy know who Plummy is. But in all seriousness, ladies and gentlemen, this device, as she said, is on the cutting... Not as she said, as we all know. I've done research on it. It is on the cutting edge. You might say the price is... No, it is not. Because if you fellas, especially, and some of you people right now, and I talk about the number, boys, and we encourage you to buy your little number responsibly. But some of you people spending more than $1,000 a week on numbers. On spinning. Now, we ain't knocking it. We want you to do so, but do so responsibly. You need a good phone. You want to gift someone with a good phone. Maybe someone was good to you during the course of the year. A business associate, a family member, your wife, your fiance, whatever. You go down to any of the BCC store. Most of us are getting paid this week or would have been paid already. Put down $200, $300 and something dollars. Every other week you put another $200 or $300. By the end of November, don't wait for the last minute. Pick up your device. Store it somewhere safe until it's time to wrap it up and put it under the tree. Simple. But you fellas will say out there, man, I ain't giving a woman no phone. She can leave me next week. You don't give her no phone, she can leave you anyhow. Now, if you give her a phone, she might say, boy, this man treat me good, eh? She might decide to hang around a little longer. That phone might help your relationship, ladies and gentlemen. But listen, I want you to tell us some other good stuff about any other good products you're offering that falls under your portfolio that you could tell us about. Are there other phones that you're offering that, like the 7s were still available, brand new ones?
Well, right now...
Or you're phasing them out?
No, what we carry in terms of premium devices, we have the Note 8. And of course, we have our customers who may not be interested in that bigger device, but looking for a premium device. We're also carrying the S8 in our stores. So it's the S8 and it's the Note 8. But what we're doing for us, I'm excited about, we're also launching other products that go along with the devices. So it's not just a device. People now are going live. They're doing a lot of stuff with Facebook. They're doing a lot of video. So it's about finding solutions for our customers. What we're also going to carry in our stores, starting within the next 2 weeks, is what we also call the Samsung DeX Station.
Who?
The Samsung DeX, like DEX. It rhymes with something else, but it's the Samsung DeX Station. And what it allows you to do is to use your Samsung S8 or Note 8 device like a computer. So you can actually put your phone in the DeX Station and hook it up to your monitor and just work on the go seamlessly. And another thing that we're going to be excited to offer in our stores is the Samsung Gear 360 camera. What it allows you to do live Facebook streaming from using the 360-degree camera. And so that's a plus as well. And we have the Samsung Gear VR. Now, I don't know how many of you have entered into the virtual reality experience, but with the Samsung Gear VR, it allows you to step away from life for a minute. It's like a real experience. I did the roller coaster, and I felt like I was actually in a roller coaster. And I really, really, really have a fear of rides. I still had that same fear with the Gear VR on. So it's about more than the phone. Samsung is about offering solutions, and we are proud at BTC to be able to offer those three additional accessories to our customers.
But with this camera, with this reality situation, you say you had a roller coaster experience.
I had, yeah.
What other experiences are available? If I want to fantasize about plumbing, can I get that also in virtual reality?
If you want, you can actually go on the internet. They have a whole suite of solutions that you can actually download to your Gear VR because you're actually using your device to experience it. So you just plug in your device into the virtual reality experience. Now, I don't know about Mrs. Plumey.
No, you don't. Of
No,
course.
I don't know about Mrs. Plumey, but what I do know, we have roller coaster. You can do Christmas. If you want to do a spa, I did the spa as well. So I had that spa.
A what? A spy?
Spa. SPA. Spa.
To do what?
I like to go. I like to go to the spa.
Oh,
So,
spa. Like you meant to
spa.
get a massage?
Yes, to get a massage. But what I had was that totally soothing, calming experience.
That's on the reality day?
Yes,
You
and I
mean
felt
Mr. Cooper can't do all of that? Or is less cumbersome to go on the virtual reality?
the virtual reality offers is just a different level. It's just a different experience other than what Mr. Cooper or Mr. X has to offer.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, this technological age is going to lead straight to the destruction of mankind. For those fellas out there who have problems securing a female date, now I don't know male now because some of y'all like that, a female date.
Uh-huh.
You can now go to an establishment just off Rosetta Street area.
Are you serious?
There's a liquor store and a motel combination.
Wow.
You go into the liquor store, Miss Cooper,
Mm-hmm.
or Mr. X or Plumey. They have life-size dolls. So if you get tired of Mr. Cooper,
Blow
or Mr.
up?
Cooper say he tired, he get headache tonight.
Uh-huh.
You can get a life-size male doll
You're kidding. To do what?
made in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
It has everything that I believe Mr. Cooper should have. And the thing about it is that the doll will not get tired and say, look here, man, I have a erectile dysfunction or something similar. Now for you men, they have the female doll also, I understand.
And what does the doll do?
The doll has all of the attributes that an androgen beauty queen should have.
Wow.
I say no more except androgen beauty queen.
Mm-hmm.
And it is operated according to the proprietor of the store by a battery. She has everything life size. And she will not say no. She will not say, honey, it's that time of the month. She will just say, switch it.
Wow.
Let's rock and roll. So soon now, how you get the smartphone here, this virtual reality, you get your spa, you get your massage, Mr. Cooper will become obsolete.
No, never. Never.
I
It's
see.
nothing like the human touch.
Nothing like the real deal.
Nothing like the real deal.
But in all seriousness, ladies and gentlemen, we want you to be responsible in using your smart devices.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we know a lot of you like to take these social media type pictures, especially of murders and other serious incidences. Please, man, let's stop that. Let's stop the nonsense. And a lot of you younger people, and I see some old ones too, like to put things on your phone. You're dating somebody or you're married to somebody, you take a picture that might be inappropriate for the public to see. Be responsible. It's an offense against the law, okay? Boyfriend break up with girlfriend and they circulate pictures that they should not be circulating. It's an offense. But BTC is on the cutting edge. Now listen, you know anything about this mobile double data plan? You want to tell us anything about that or you ain't familiar with that one?
Well, double data for those prepaid customers, we still have double data that's in the market. And what double data allows you to do, if you top up and you sign up for a $25 or $35 data plan, you can enjoy double data. So it's still in the market. So we're encouraging our prepaid customers to take advantage of that offer.
And tell me something. What about the hours or operation for your stores, generally speaking, here in New Providence in particular? 9 to 5, 8 to 5?
9 to 5.
9 to 5, okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, my favorite store for any device that I need or any top that I do need, apart from the super value or quality supermarkets, depends if I'm in there, would be at the R&D Plaza. I forgot the lady's name, a very short lady. She's the manager there.
Hmm.
Oh boy, what's her name? I know she can be mad at me.
So that's your favorite store.
Well, she's my favorite person besides
Okay.
you and Alpanique.
Okay, thank you.
And they always give me good service down there. There's a gentleman called Mr. Ferguson, who is also one of the customer service representatives.
Mhm.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you have any problem with your BTC devices, any problem, or you don't know how to set something or how to, whatever, install an app, go see Mr. Ferguson or any of the staff members. But certainly Mr. Ferguson, a courteous young man, great staff member, and whoever's in charge of BTC now, Mr. Dexter Cartwright, I want you, sir, if Mr. Ferguson is an employee of BTC, to remember him in your next exercise promotion. He's an excellent customer service representative. Now, my other store that's a favorite is at the Southwest Plaza. I met the manager down there last year also.
It was
A lady.
Miss Patricia Munnings.
Ah, that's
Yes,
right.
Munnings.
Miss Munnings, good morning. And I think I was short of $5 or something.
And she made it happen.
No, she gave me a discount that
Yes.
was within the company's rules.
Right.
And I say, man, I ain't got no time on my new phone. He said, Mr. Bodie, I got one last $20 card that I had for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I can give you that. And she gave me the $20 phone card.
Yeah.
Mind you, I didn't need it because I could have gone get some money and got a card.
Right.
But because she was so courteous and she went beyond the call of duty. Because, you know, ladies and gentlemen, in this country, BTC has an excellent cadre of staff members. Don't mind the noise in the market, but whatever is going on, businesses have to do what has to be done. But I always tell my Bahamian people that their time, like let me call this man. I know you want me to call your name. I have a friend who took a package from BTC back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And his name is Johnson. I can't remember his first name. But he has a company called Splice and Connect, or Connect and Splice or something. Leo Johnson, one of them. He has a business through the Rose Street by the Catholic Church. He took the package. He bought one bucket truck. Then he made some money through BTC, outsourcing. He bought 2 bucket trucks. Now he have more bucket truck in that yard through there. I think that was Batelco yard. This guy has about 15 trucks of all sizes and is now employing close to over 100 persons. Had he not took that package, he probably would have still been the BDC, whatever he was doing around there. But now he took the package. He's a successful businessman. He's doing well economically. He's providing good jobs. So, ladies and gentlemen, there are times you're going to have to separate. I'm not getting involved in their business, but do so responsibly. Don't go making noise. You think when Sebastian ready to get rid of me around here, I going to go make a noise? No. That may be a blessing in disguise, because then I'll go get my own radio and TV station.
And then you can hire.
Yes, I can get it. I can get anything from anybody because I am a Bahamian. But getting back to the devices. Tell us, you say again about the payment plan. A lot of Bahamians want to know about that.
Well,
and what are the penalties if you don't pay in the 45 days time?
Listen, before you even get onto the payment plan, you spoke on something that is really is strong in our company, and it's about service, and it's about the employees in terms of our commitment to delivering customer service. So when I hear you give comments about Mr. Ferguson, of course, Miss Munnings, it just speaks to the heart of the people. So when you see this company, of course, you see the company BTC, but it's powered by the employees. A lot of us have been there for years. And so definitely we have a commitment to making sure that the company delivers. And so I'm happy to hear that Miss Munnings was able to help you out. And I'm sure it's not only you.
No,
and it's not even only
and
her.
she was working on the floor.
Yes. And so
I mean, you know, the manager, I'm not saying manager should only be in the office. This woman was walking, the store was crowded.
Mhm.
And the minute I identified what I wanted from one of the salespeople, he called Miss Munnings out, and she assisted me.
Yeah, but at BTC, it's about coming out the box. You know, it's not about roles. So you'll go into our stores and you go into some of our buildings, and you'd be surprised to know who we have. For instance, you talk about Miss Duncombe. I listened to you talk about her so dearly. She is a person who's hands-on. So she's an executive, but if you go into Christmas, you might go in the store and you'll see her working. And that's the same thing. We don't see boundaries. It's about our customers.
And you know what impressed me about her also, and I almost fell up her head, right? But I say, I give people their roses. I don't play with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to put nobody on no spot. You remember just before the hurricane came through, I think Miss Duncombe and some 2 other ladies appeared on the show.
Yes, yes.
And she was telling the people how to access the emergency numbers at BTC, etc. And then she also said that she herself was available 24/7.
All the time.
I say, well, I say, you get water in your bed. They say, well, where? They say, I got water, but my job is to ensure that our clientele is looked out for.
Yeah.
Because without the clients, she ain't got no job.
And then not only that, it's just about the fact of being Bahamian, and when it affects you, it trickles down. It's a trickle down effect. And right now, having a mobile device, it's almost a necessity. It isn't a luxury anymore. But years ago, everyone was reliant on their house phone. The house phone, the landline, as we referred to it, was it. But then with mobility, it brings accessibility. All right. And so for us,
mobility brings accessibility.
It brings accessibility. And so, in our store, what we try to do is make sure we have a suite of products that, hey, if you ball on a budget, we have that device for you. If you have 40.
See, you trying to embarrass me right here. You see, ladies and gentlemen, you all can see I got all kind of phone, right?
Let me see. So
now, you all get this thing called Hawaii?
Huawei.
Wahoo?
Huawei.
Like Wahoo fish?
Like Huawei.
Don't sing around here. So I had misplaced a device, and I wanted a smartphone, and I was reading the papers a couple of months back, and BTC were having a special on these phones at I think $50 or something.
Yeah, $49.99.
That's the number for the day, $49.99.
$49.99.
And ladies and gentlemen, this phone is an excellent device.
It is.
And it's under $50. Now, I don't know if they're still available at that price, but certainly if they are available, they won't be at, maybe not at that price, but wouldn't be much more. You're going to be gifting your teenagers with a phone. You don't want to necessarily spend $1,000 for the teenagers. Check these devices out. They have other devices too. You have the J something to it.
We have the Samsung J1 Ace. Again, we have, with us, Bahamians, I always tell people, I tell my suppliers, we love that name brand. And Samsung, at one point in time, when I'm talking to the Samsung reps, I said, we are Samsung Nation, because we know that we like quality. Huawei is a quality brand.
It is.
It is a quality brand. And so what we had that offer for $49.99. And it's about giving customers accessibility. As we grow as a nation, we sort of imitate what we see, especially where we're so close to the U.S. market. And so right now, in terms of looking at our customers, we're dedicated to providing solutions. So you're going to find in our stores that we have an everyday low price device. So if you don't have all that to spend on a Note 8, and I didn't start at a Note 8, we will have a device to offer for you. And you were talking about the Samsung. People like that brand. They might not like the Huawei. In our stores, we have the Samsung J1 Ace, which is another low-budget device, and you still get that quality product that you need and want.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I ain't cutting off my nose to spoil my face. I work for Sebastian Bastian. He says he's the wealthiest man in this country. I don't know nothing about that, but that's what they say on the street. So I don't need nothing from nobody. But I can buy any phone I want to buy, or I can hustle one off the telco.
And you have a few.
I can hustle sometime when Mr. Don't come them feel like a good mood.
Like blessing.
They always bless me with something.
That's awesome.
But let me tell you, this phone is an excellent phone. What you call it again?
Huawei.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you need an extra phone for whatever reason, preferably business reasons, $49.99. Box that number today. Go pick up a couple of these devices. Just give them out to your church members. You have some favorite church members. Maybe your pastor, but your pastor certainly should get a nice Samsung 8. If he can't afford it, the congregation may want to get together and purchase one for the pastor. The pastor been blessing me with the word all year round.
And
go ahead.
Yeah, it's a lovely device. I tell you, it's my personal phone. And I mean, if you, like with our layaway plan, you have an option. It's not just a Note 8. You have an option to go into our store and lay away any device. All right. And so it's about us recognizing that, our customers may not be able to make that financial obligation all at once. So at any BTC location, you're able to get your device on a layaway plan. So take advantage of it.
Yeah.
And it's not just Christmas. It's all year round.
All year round.
Okay. And then not only that, if let's say at Christmas, we have a lot of people who come into the store and want to buy a device for someone else. We also have a gift card. So you can walk into any BTC location and also get that gift card if you don't want to buy the device. I know gift cards or gift certificates are big now. That's my option of choice if you don't want to choose for someone.
Okay, and Ms. Cooper, as we wrap up, you have an open invitation to appear on the program anytime, maybe getting towards the Christmas a little closer.
Oh, definitely.
So we can roll out for about an hour or so, give you
Yes.
appropriate show. Now, you want to say good morning to anybody or? You ain't got nobody you want to say good morning to.
I want to say thank you to all our loyal customers who have been with BTC over the years. I want to continue. I want to say really that we're grateful for your business and continue to do business with us. Go into any of our stores and take a look.
What you see and hear on this television station is governed by IRCA's Code of Practice for Content Regulation. The Code of Practice covers matters relating to program content that are of concern to the community, including local content, news, current affairs, advertising, including political advertisements, programs for children, and the responsibilities associated with broadcasting in the Bahamas. The code also covers aspects such as access service for the hearing and visually impaired, and the procedure for lodging a complaint about anything broadcast by the station. The code is available on the IRCA website at www.ircabahamas.bs. To receive a copy of the code by mail or in person, you may telephone IRCA at 242-393-0234. Family Island calls are toll-free at 242-300-0234, or you may send a request by email to info@ircabahamas.bs. This is The Real Deal with Ortland H. Bodie Jr., all courtesy of BTC.
Welcome back to The Real Deal, ladies and gentlemen. Today, of course, is the second day of November in the year of our Lord 2017. And I'm just trying to find one piece of scripture here for you all. And I'll be there in short order. But while we're waiting for that scripture to pop up in my head, as I said, Dr. Dwayne Sands will be coming on the program next week. And as I was saying that the Honorable Denicio de Aguilar invited me to join him on the floor of the House after the House had broken for lunch. We had an interesting discussion, and he was mainly concerned, so he says, with getting the hotel in Freeport open. Well, I told Mr. de Aguilar that the government was going too slow on that aspect of revitalizing the economy. And I told him that I would want him to appear on The Real Deal to tell us about all that kind of stuff. But he said that he would come, and he would come at the appropriate time after he would have had some discussions with some people in the business. But the Bahamian economy is a resilient one, and one that can really bounce back in short order if the government of the day were to implement sensible, short-term economic policies. For instance, Dr. Minnis, when he was leader of the opposition, spoke about tax concessions for the revitalization of certain areas over the hill, so to speak, and in some of the family of islands. He didn't say which ones in particular. But I guess Freeport would be, or Grand Bahama would be, ideal experimental ground. I also had a reason to speak with the Honorable Chairperson of Urban Renewal, our co-chairman, no, Parliamentary Secretary at Urban Renewal, the Honorable Vaughn Miller. He also has committed to appear on the program, as well as Shenandoah Cartwright, the Honorable Member of Parliament for St. Barnabas for the FNM. And all in all, the members of Parliament behaved quite well yesterday. There wasn't all that carrying on badly. And the last person I spoke with would have been Renwood Wells. And they invited me to breakfast, of all places, on Saturday morning, that Saturday coming, at Rudy's Restaurant and Lounge on Cowpen Road. So I will be having breakfast with the Honorable Minister and Leader of Government Business, Mr. Renwood Wells, the Honorable Renwood Wells. But I will have to be careful that while I'm in his presence, that we do not generate a letter of intent, because I am not going to be playing the possibility of doing the Bank Lane Shuffle anytime soon. But I really would hope that the Public Accounts Committee, headed by my cousin, Terence Bastian from Mangufki Andros, would get on with the job of auditing the BAMSI situation, and ordering the situation with urban renewal. Urban renewal, the concept, the mission statement, as I understand it, is a good one, great one. But urban renewal, to my knowledge, and I don't want the police come asking me no questions because I don't have no documentary evidence. But to my empirical knowledge, urban renewal in many cases was used as a slush fund by the Christie PLP. Okay? Just like the Hurricane Relief Fund money too. Peter K. Turnquest, they thieved the money. No, they didn't say they thieved it. So they used the money to buy votes during the last election. That's what Peter Turnquest said a couple of weeks back. Well, I don't know what went down between when he said that and what happened recently. But Peter Turnquest now says he don't think the money was used for that. He believed the money right in the consolidated fund. So what Peter K. Turnquest need to do is apologize to the Christie-led PLP for suggesting that they would have misused the money to buy votes. That's a serious charge, you know. You telling me I'm using taxpayers' money to buy votes? Boy, let me tell you all something about cheap member of parliament. I know Marvin Dames ain't got no money because he ain't got no good job. You know, he had no job during the election time. He had a job at Bahama, but he had to leave that job to go campaign. So he might be short of money. But yesterday, I didn't cuss him out. I don't cuss like cuss. I upbraided him. I say, boy, Marvin James, you had one big party up in Stapleton area, and you invite me. He say, no, Mr. Bodie. And you all know Marvin James. Marvin James was 58. Marvin James still wearing braces around his teeth. I mean, it looks unusual, big gray man, get braces in his mouth. And ladies and gentlemen, let me say something else as an aside. Now, all y'all know I like to wear a nice suit, right? But my coat suit don't be tight up on me, right? But those members of parliament, their coat suit looks so tight up on them. I mean, I must see the style. Marvin James had one little coat suit, look like, you know, when the old woman wearing girdles, I'll just have yours. Then the next one, my good friend, the Reverend Henfield, Minister of Foreign Affairs. Not a little tight suit. Then Reverend Michael Pine. Not a little tight suit. I say, must see the style around here. But anyhow, God bless them all. But the Honorable Marvin Dames said, Mr. Buddy, man, I'm sorry, but that was the chair and them, man. I said, look, I asked you all that. Where is my trick or treat? He said, what you mean? I said, I mean, I want a couple of dollars for lunch. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I always asking for something because if you don't ask for nothing, you don't get nothing. Now, today, as I said, I wanted $1,000 from somebody, or maybe some of y'all who are watching this morning can go to your favorite food store, Kenneth Carey, your own Coconut Grove. Good morning, Reverend Ivan Carey, or Carey's up on Prince Charles, or Benaby's food store down the Courtesy Car Convenience Store on Carmichael Road with Mr. Benaby, or any of the Super Value or the Balfour Meat Mart. Buy me a case of corned beef, a case of sardines in oil, and a case of spaghetti and meatballs or something, right? And a case of tuna. I need a 10-pound bale of rice. Okay? Get it for me. Put it together. I don't need the cash, actually. I just buy the grocery items and call me. I'll arrange to collect it from you. And you can call me on 423-0418 or 428-4814. That's 423-0418 or 428-4814. I am still trying to raise a couple of dollars. I get in there, but not quite yet, for the Unity House electrical bill. We need about $400 more. So if anybody has a couple $100 that they would like to donate to the Unity bill, the utility bill for Unity House at Bahamas Power and Light, cut a check for $200, $300, $400, made it payable to Bahamas Power and Light with a reference Unity House outstanding electrical bill. Mother Butler is the proprietor down there. I had reason to speak with her and her husband the other evening. And I must say they're both aging very, very well. They have been a team for a number of years, and Mother Butler is supported by Mr. Butler, and Mr. Butler is supported by Mother Butler. They make a great team. They're doing a wonderful work at Unity House. This is the end of the month. Most of you would have been paid or are being paid today. I would admonish you, I would plead with you to please go down and make a small contribution in money or in grocery items. They also need adult-sized Pampers and other sanitary wear which you can purchase from Variety Disposable. I think there are 2 locations of Variety Disposable, one on Fayette Avenue, just north of Carmichael Road, headed towards up the hill. And of course, another store is on Soldier Road, just opposite the Bamboo Shack. And talking about the Bamboo Shack, a special good morning to Mrs. Elaine Pinder and all of the staffers at all of the various locations of Bamboo Shack. And of course, Elaine is now the proprietor of a restaurant called Sapodillas, which is out there down by the Caves area. She has also opened, I believe, or is about to open, a restaurant over at Atlantis. I can't recall the name, but it will be over there. I want to say a special good morning to Mr. Ed Fields. Ed Fields, of course, is a marketing guru over at Atlantis. He's been a fixture for many, many years. The ownership changes, the managers change, but Ed Fields has been a fixture at Atlantis. And it's because he is good at what he does. No, he's just not good. Ed Fields, as far as I'm aware, is the best at what he does, marketing and public relations. Now that I've signed for my supper, I am pleased to say that Ed Fields did offer me some lunch this coming Friday, which is tomorrow, over at the Gulf Coast restaurant at Atlantis, right on the Gulf Coast. So someone said that one of my good friends live at the Gulf Coast hole number 3. Well, hole number 4 overlooks the restaurant, or the restaurant overlooks hole number 4. So I may be able to spot the ball-headed one as he plays golf tomorrow. Well, I tell him now, he better don't let me peep him, because if he peep me, it can cost him a couple of dollars. And you know, I asked for $1,000 a time. But you know, in all seriousness, I did see one man yesterday, and the man said something to me. So he ain't seen me for so long. I say, boy, it can cost you to talk to me. The man say, oh, no, not again. I say, yeah, again. He say, what did it cost me today? I won't tell him $1,000 so bad, but the figure, since I ain't seen him for so long, he may be a little broke. So I say, give him a 600. And if I didn't know he's giving me that 600 so quick, I always underprice myself. I should have stuck to the 1,000, but I said, give him a 600. So he gave me the 600, so I am pleased to say that that is going to be applied to some of the bills for Unity House. Not all. Now, they can get a little something, but they ain't be all. And finally, as we wrap up here today, we want to remind the public, well, tomorrow my special guest that is confirmed is going to be Mr. James Edwards, a local building contractor and entrepreneur. And I'm thinking also, I'm not sure yet, but there's a Rastafarian high priest who was visiting Mr. Jacinta Higgs, and who would have spoken about the Rastafarian faith earlier this week at the University of the Bahamas. So I might do a two-pronged show. James Edwards to talk about the economy, and perhaps if I can get the Rastafarian high priest to speak about, because they call him for legalization of marijuana, and we'll probably have a conversation on that. But in short order, we should know, and we will see how tomorrow turns out. There will be a rebroadcast of this program tonight from 10 until 12. And we are inviting you, of course, for those who could not tune in this morning, to do so tonight. I have been following up on a series of sermons by Billy Graham, of all people. You know, back in the day, he was one of the biggest evangelists around. Because I believe that my calling is to be not necessarily an evangelist, but certainly a proponent of the good news. Because there are so many Bahamians who have never really heard the good news told to them on a level that they can really experience and appreciate it. Yeah, most of us know the Bible. Most of us read the Bible on a daily basis. We read it, but how many of us actually digest what we are, in fact, reading? That's where we tend to go wrong. We read but we don't understand what we are reading. Or we go out there and tell the people what we believe the good news to be, but because we have not studied the good news in detail, we misinform people. But I like 1 Peter at chapter 3, at verse 15. This is the New International Version. Always be prepared to give an answer to everyone who asks you to give the reason for the hope that you have. Well, I don't just have a hope. I have an assurance from the Holy Spirit himself that those of us who are called by the name of the Master, we are a light and a beacon unto this world. It is our job, who profess Christianity, to show and to teach our fellow men how to achieve that same level of spiritual enlightenment. And I'm not talking about going around talking mumbo jumbo and all this kind of stuff, but what the Lord said and the Lord didn't say. The Lord said plenty of things, but a lot of people did not hear appropriately what he said. But we shall see how it turns out. The new month has started. So we are now in the process of going through November. Again, I would want to encourage people to clearly understand that you need to save. And those of you who don't know how to save, go into a bank, a commercial bank, if that's where you want to go. I don't necessarily recommend the commercial banks because they don't pay you no money. You go to the National Workers Cooperative Credit Union, the head office on Howell Road, or there's an office in Freeport, there's one in San Salvador also. Open a savings or a retirement or an educational account. You can start off with roughly about $100. You can also do the same thing with Colina Insurance. You can do the same thing with British, that's BAF, British American Financial Services. And another good product that is being offered by British American Financial Services, that's Chester Cooper's company, I saw Chester yesterday also, is you can pay for your funeral expenses in advance. Let's say you're about 50, 60, you have ordinary insurance, but you want to beef up what you might have available for your survivors. You can go into British American or any other reputable, Colina I understand also, and you can pay a couple $100 down in a funeral plan, and every month you can add something onto it. Now, I think it doesn't kick in until the second year of the plan. So if you were to die before the second year, you might not get the face value of the policy, but you'll certainly be allowed a return of most of the premiums. So it's a win-win situation. If you die before anticipated, your family still gets some money. But take the burden of your survivors. Okay, some of you people die tragically and have nothing in the bank. Not a single red cent. And you know, ladies and gentlemen, I want to just say one word on faith before we go. Faith is so important. As I said, I met with a gentleman on Fire Trail Road day before yesterday. And I said, boss, I was just testing the man's faith, you know. I said, give me that $1 you say you have. He was talking to Arlene, the hot dog lady. He said, man, Mr. Bode, you can't do that. I said, give me that $1 and you will be rewarded. Well, he didn't believe me. But had he given me that $1, I was prepared to give him $100. Not that I have $100 to give away to people, mind you, but as a test of his faith. Now, there's a lady in Grand Bahama who's been calling me endlessly about this, about that, about this, and about that. Now, madam, I honestly and truly believe that you're joking with me, so that's why I ain't send you nothing yet. And please, stop calling me early in the morning I don't appreciate that. You're getting, not on my nerves, but you don't be calling people at 8 o'clock at home in the morning time, but this me the lady from Freeport. No. Wait until a later time in the day. And I tell you, call me today. Don't call me today. Call me tomorrow. Don't call me today at all. But for those who are sports fan, well, I'm not a sports fan, okay? But the Houston Astros from the great state of Texas, they have won their first World Series from the time they've been a team. Well, you know, Texas was devastated by Hurricane Harvey and a little bit more by Irma. So the people, them, and residents down there may have been a bit demoralized, but they have something now to celebrate. I understand that the recovery efforts are going along quite smoothly, and that the people, them, are so ecstatic that their favorite team has now won its first World Series. So behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. The Lord always sends something to cheer you up. And whereas that's only a sporting event, that's a big team in that area, and it's a big employer in the area. Again, to all of my fellow Bahamians who have gone on to their eternal reward, condolences. I don't see anybody. Oh, yes, I do see someone. My good friend. Call it quickly. We run out of time. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
How are you, Mr. Bodie?
Mr. Bodie is great. How are you doing today?
Yeah. Tell me something. Who is in charge of the airports in the Family Island? Is it central government or local government?
As far as I'm aware, it is the central government.
Yeah. Do you know that there are tourists who are stuck in Exuma who can't get out because the FAA will not allow Delta or American Airlines to go down to Exuma because none of the fire engines are in service?
Well, I hadn't heard that. I wish you had mentioned that to me earlier this week. I could have I spoke to the Minister of Tourism yesterday. I could have mentioned that to him.
Well, it's 2 days now. It's 2 days.
Are
now.
they're still down there? Are the people still stranded?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless Bahamas here is going to go and help out and fly them out. But expect some lawsuits. So if you're talking about the fact that we already, having fiscal problems, we have some serious ones when all those lawsuits start hit us from the tourists, especially the ones who are stranded, told in Florida, who can't get into Exuma, and the ones who are there who can't get out. I suppose they're going to sue Sandals, and then Sandals will have to get back the money from the government.
Okay. I will speak to Mr. Charles Albury, who is the permanent secretary at the Ministry of Tourism. I will speak to him sometime today, and I'm sure I can tell you what happens by tomorrow morning.
All right. I'll call in tomorrow then. Okay.
God bless you, sir. Yeah, a couple of persons I know would have passed on. We have the former, what's his name again? Was a member of parliament for the Free National Movement back in the day. Well, first of all, my cousin Clyde Wesley Finlayson has passed on. He is, of course, the brother of Sir Garrett and brother-in-law of Lady Rowena Finlayson. Well, he is my family. We all from Andros, so his funeral is going to be this coming Saturday at St. Barnabas Church at 2 o'clock. Archdeacon Keith Cartwright will be officiating at the funeral. Also, Calvin James Johnson, that's the gentleman I was talking about. He is gone on to history ward, former member of parliament and former parliamentary secretary in the Ingle administration. I see here a very, very beautiful young lady has passed on to her reward. I don't know her, of course. Her name is Cynthia Riche Bruno. She was only 31. She will be laid to rest this coming Sunday at the Life Faith Seventh-day Adventist Church on Old Trail Road. The officiating will be Pastor Craig Williams, only 31. We have here another situation. I'm just trying to identify those who I might know. There are others, of course, who I don't know. Sympathies go out to them. And also, we have here LaFleur. LaFleur, of course, he was Frank LaFleur. He was also Androsian, like myself. I do know that an Andros Association group is having an event at the Ararock Fish Fry on Saturday. I've requested them to send me information, but you know, a lot of Bahamians are having functions and events, but they don't want to tell nobody, they don't want to invite nobody, they think that people are supposed to just know about them. Suddenly, it don't go like that. Okay? Well, no, I don't see any other persons. Oh yes, Charles Hilton Turnquest, a former labor officer. He passed away. He was 79. He's gone on to his reward. He was a consummate civil servant here in this country, and he will be forever remembered. But, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are wrapping up here today, but we are going to have a number of guests coming in tomorrow. But I want to remind you that those of you who are Christians, that weeping might endure it for a night, but joy, pure joy, must come in the morning. I want you to be careful. I want you to be safe. I want you to spend quiet time with the Lord today and every day, morning, noon, and night. Give thanks and gratitude for what He has blessed you with. Give thanks and gratitude for what you know that He will bless you with if He continues to tarry tomorrow. And show kindness to someone during the course of the day. I'm not saying to throw away your lucre to persons who are simply hustlers. But remember the residents of the Senior Citizens Home. Remember the shut-ins at the Princess Margaret Hospital. Remember Ortland H. Bodie Jr. needs some cash to help out Unity House to pay the electrical bill. Call me. God bless you. We are out of time. See you tomorrow if the Lord is willing.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by the host, guests, and callers on The Real Deal are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. The Real Deal is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. The Real Deal is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2017. All rights are reserved.